Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Tanner, and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you are all doing very, very well. I thought I would basically do a video update for you guys. We have experienced a little bit of a dip in the market over the last day or so. I have actually found an article in which they do talk about this. We get an opinion of an expert. He does a little bit of his own analysis, and then I kind of want to just end the video off by showing you guys what I have found, what I'm basically seeing. Again, people that do know me, I'm very bullish on the market at the moment, but we do always need to just kind of step back a little bit and have a look and see what's really going on, zoom out a little bit and just try and gain an idea of what we could possibly be doing next. This market is extremely frustrating. It is very long-winded as well. We've been stuck in this range for such a long time. And I think it's just very important for people to understand that this can happen in the market. And as I always say, 90% of the time in the crypto market, it is sideways and downwards. But then it's that 10% that we're all waiting for, which does cause, a lot of excitement. So I thought I'd just cover a little bit of that for you guys in today's video. Hopefully we can get a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on, see if any of the big whales are still accumulating. We'll see if we can gather any data from that as well. And then obviously, you guys can make of the market what you will. Obviously, this is not financial advice. It is just my opinion. So without further ado, let's have a quick read of this article quickly, and then we'll jump into everything else and see what data we can come up with. So got it right here. So Bitcoin price, live crypto market approaches 2013 record as analysts predict a bounce back. So Bitcoin continues to trade within an uncharacteristically narrow price band, having failed to fall below $31,000 or break above $36,000 throughout July 2021. The cryptocurrency starts the week at the lower end of the range, spending the weekend bouncing between 31K and 32K. It has helped usher in a period of relative stability for the broader crypto market, with Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, and Ripple XRP all avoiding any wild price swings on Monday. Analysts and experts remain divided over which way the market is heading from here. A market-wide crash throughout May and June is being labeled by some as a blip of within a long-term bull market, while others fear it could be the beginning of a so-called crypto winter. Among the more positive forecasts is billionaire investor Tim Draper, who this week stuck by his $250,000 price forecast for next year. You can follow all the latest news and analysts and expert price predictions, and this basically just gives you all of the up-to-date predictions by some of the other experts. You guys can go onto the Independent and find this if you wanted to. So Bitcoin bounce or break. So we get a little opinion right here from this guy here. So Bitcoin's price has dipped below 31,000, leading experts to once again question the direction of the market. Dutch analyst Plan B, whose stock to flow model puts Bitcoin's price on a trajectory towards 100K before the end of the year, asks, bounce or break? That is the question. With more than 600,000 followers on Twitter, there are plenty of adherents to Plan B's S2F model, which is based on Bitcoin's inbuilt scarcity through the last couple of months, will have definitely raised some concerns. So this guy is kind of still a little bit on the fence. He doesn't really know exactly what way it's going to be going. And you know what? This is the thing when it does come to videos like this or predictions like this. I don't always go out my way to do it, again, because it is just my opinion. But the problem with opinions, especially when it does come to crypto, and especially on crypto Twitter, is that I always say, if you're following a lot of them, you'd be following one professional who would say that the market is very bullish and we're going to be bouncing back and heading towards 100K. But then you're going to find another professional just below that tweet saying that the market is now bearish, we're entering a bear market, and Bitcoin's going to 20K. Like, it's very, very difficult. It is a market of opinions, and it's really difficult to actually, find out where we're actually going to be, going, because you're going to listen to one person, they're going to say one thing, and then you're going to listen to another person, they're going to say another thing. Ultimately, we just have to kind of make the decision for yourself. We just have to let the market do what it's got to do, and then we take it from there. What I'm going to do right now is just basically present some data for you guys, and just show you guys what I'm seeing, show you guys a few interesting tweets. I did cover some of these in my live stream yesterday. We did go through some market analysis just to see what we could find, and I thought I'd bring it up in an actual video for you guys as well, so just in case you did miss it. So let's get straight into that. Firstly, we're going to take a look at the actual Bitcoin chart. So this is the Bitcoin chart right here. And, one thing that I was looking for was for us to hold that 30K level, which was right there. We did break below it. However, we are still holding that $28,500 level, which is really, really good in my opinion. That is what I would like to see. But what I found very interesting is that on the RSI right now, we are finding that it is now below, it actually dipped below 30 on the relative strength index. And for those of you that do not know, that does mean that this market is now really, really oversold, and the bears are exhausted. Basically, whenever we get below 30, as you can see, there's always a big rise up. 30. So if I just show you guys here again, dip below 30, we bounced up. Dip below 30, we bounced up. Got to 30, bounce up, and again here as well. Below 30, big bounce up. Below 30, big bounce up. And right now, for the first time since the 21st of June, which is when we did get that 28,500, we dipped below 30. And as you can see, we've immediately had a bounce up, which means the bulls are now entering. This is now fully oversold. And I fully expect this market to turn back around and bounce as well. So along with some of those other expert opinions within that article, there's so many of them on there. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you wanted to read it for yourself. But obviously, along with that, we do have the relative strength index showing that we are now under 30. We have bounced back above it. And previously, whenever Bitcoin has done that, it is showing that we've gone on to do some kind of rally. May it be big or small, it doesn't matter. We still had a big bounce every time we did go below it. And we have just yesterday, or actually just early hours of this morning, did dip below 30 on the relative strength index once again, which to me shows that the bulls are going to be stepping in and doing their thing, hopefully. So another thing that I wanted to show you was more of a zoomed out approach, because a lot of the time we are all very tunnel visioned and focused on just what's happening within the last few days or week, right? However, if you do actually zoom out, things always do look a little bit better. So right here, we've got a tweet showing that you are here. Is it time to panic or is it time to buy? And as you can see, that's our dip that we are experiencing at the moment. So out of the entire bull run right now, these are the previous bull runs that we've had as well. And of course, there's always been dips along the way. But as of right now, this is where we are. So, when you really do zoom out, is it actually a time to panic? Look, I'll obviously leave that question up to you guys. As I always say, guys, there's always going to be, people that are going to be bullish on the market. There's always going to be people that are very bearish on the market. So it's very, very difficult to actually come to a conclusion of what people are really, really feeling. One thing that I did want to kind of just mention as well, and again, this is more to do with my own analysis, right? I say that we've been stuck in this range for quite a while, and we have. And we can get very sick and tired of this range that we've been stuck in. However, it's not something that's out of the ordinary, because like I say, a lot of the time it's sideways and downwards 90% of the time. But then it's that 10% of the time that is very exciting. And I do believe that we are going to make one more high within this market. And this basically did actually happen in our previous bull runs as well. And I think people forget this because a lot of people didn't experience it. I didn't experience it. However, I've done my research on it. And when you go back and do your research, things can become a lot more interesting. So what I wanted to show you guys was this right here. Okay. At this moment in time, right? In fact, let me show you the Litecoin chart. This right here is the Litecoin chart of the 2017 bull run for Litecoin. Okay, so this was back in 2017, and as you can see, we were just pumping up. See, higher highs, higher highs. We got here. We then capitulated and ranged for 100 days. This was 100 days of capitulation and ranging before Litecoin went on to do a complete blow off top explosion. Okay, and then it made its top, and then we entered a bear market. And the same basically happened for something like XRP as well. If we go back for XRP and we go back to the 2017 bull run, as you guys can see in XRP right here as well, I'll just zoom into it. Here we go. So this is the 2017 bull run for XRP as well. As you can see, we pumped, all looking good, just like we have done in this bull run as well. But then what did we do? We then ranged for how long? If I take it from this high all the way here, again, for XRP, we ranged for 209 days before it then went on to do this crazy move right here. And that crazy move was literally an entire, there you go, 1,500% move within a few weeks after 200 days of ranging. So what I'm basically just trying to show you guys here is it is boring, it is sideways, But then this is what happens. This is what historically has happened in a bull market. Okay. So let me show you Bitcoin right now and where we are at with Bitcoin. If I just do the same thing and take the date range and go from our initial capitulation to where we are right now, we've been in it for 62 days. 62 days. And what did we do before that? We were literally making higher highs. We were pumping up. Loads of other cryptos were doing the exact same thing. Pumping, higher high, higher high, higher high, capitulation, range. And then what comes after, we'll have to wait and see. Because according to historic data, exciting times could be ahead. Same with XRP back then. Higher high, higher high, capitulation, range, explosion. And the exact same thing, guys, happened with Litecoin. So if I zoom out once more, as you can see, I don't even need to zoom in any more of that. Higher high, higher high, higher high, capitulation, range, explosion. And I do believe that we are on the brink of something like that. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. You know, crypto is very volatile and it's very difficult to give opinions on there. And, you know, I completely respect everyone's opinion. So, you know, make of it what you will. But let me just present some actual other data to you guys, all right? Because a lot of the time, one of the quotes that we should be following is follow the smart money, follow the big money, follow the big, the rich people. Let's just be honest, because they're the guys that, you know, basically know more what they are doing. There's a reason why they're doing it. And at this point in time now, what we're seeing quite a lot is that whales are accumulating so much during this entire dip. So here we've got a tweet saying that whales have been buying the Bitcoin dip heavy over the past 2 to 3 weeks. This is what accumulation looks like. So these green circles is literally when Bitcoin has been accumulated by whales. The bigger the circle, the bigger the accumulation. And as you guys can see, we've been getting a lot of accumulation going on within this range. And that's just no coincidence, right? Because, you know, whales are not just going to be accumulating for no apparent reason. They're going to be doing it for a reason. And a lot of the accumulation has been going on during these times of this capitulation, right? Another thing that I wanted to mention, which I found quite interesting and is very, very true. Whenever Bitcoin bulls get euphoric, it's usually a good time to critically question such sentiment. The same goes for bearish sentiment. Whenever Bitcoin bears are experiencing bearish euphoria, it's usually a good time to critically question such sentiment. What does that mean for those of you that don't understand? It means that whenever the market is extremely hyped up, is extremely bullish, there's a new huge influx of people joining the market, that's usually a sign that the top is near or the top is in. And that's a prime example of what happened just a few months ago with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was $64,500, everyone was hyping over it. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Crypto's going to the moon. Millions of people entered the market, right? But then what happened? It completely turned on itself. People were then getting completely scared because they just entered. Now they're losing money, right? In the exact same thing is happening right now, but the other way around. People are very, very bearish at this moment in time, very bearish. And that is usually the exact same thing that would happen in the opposite way. There's a bearish sentiment. People are scared. There's a lot of fear in the market. So what usually happens when there's a lot of fear in the market, that could be a sign of the bottom. That could be a sign of the reversal. And a lot of the things I am seeing right now does point towards it. Again, it is just my opinion. You know, people can take off what they will with my opinion. Everyone will have their own opinion, but it is just, you know, timing wise, I do believe that, you know, we have seen somewhat the bottom of Bitcoin, and I do believe a reversal is coming in. I just wanted to end the video off by showing you guys some actual data. These are from Glassnode. So what we see here is supply held by addresses with a balance of 1K to 10K Bitcoin. Okay, so this gray line represents the Bitcoin price. That's simply the Bitcoin price. This orange line literally just represents the addresses held with Bitcoin between 1 to 10K. Now, as we can see, the addresses started going down as Bitcoin was going up. Okay, what does that mean? It means that maybe a lot of whales were actually selling, taking their profit, and there was less and less addresses. However, what are we seeing right now, guys? It shows it all on the picture. We're seeing right now that ever since we capitulated, this was our first capitulation when we hit 30K. Ever since then, we've been making higher highs. We've been grinding our way back up. More addresses are being made with Bitcoin. Whales, that 1 to 10K Bitcoin is a hell of a lot of Bitcoin. Let's just get that straight. Look how many addresses are now being made with 1 to 10K Bitcoin. In fact, it's just overlaid past the Bitcoin price. Okay, so we are making more and more Bitcoin addresses. Whales again proving to be accumulating. And then right here as well, what are we seeing right here? We're seeing the number of transfers from exchanges. What we ideally want to see on this is a lot of Bitcoin being moved out of exchanges. And we are seeing that now. We are making lower lows, which means that every time we are making a lower low, there is less and less Bitcoin now on exchanges, which means that whales are moving them out of the exchanges into storage. That doesn't mean they are selling it. They are simply withdrawing that Bitcoin out into cold storage, into an offline wallet, wherever it may be. They have done it. They have stored it. You may see these spikes, but where do these spikes occur? These spikes occur every time Bitcoin makes a dip. As you can see, we dip right here. Cool. This whale's obviously gonna start accumulating more. So they send their Bitcoin back, they buy more Bitcoin, and then they withdraw it back into the exchange as the prices start heading their way back up. And we see it again and again and again, and we are making lower lows, which means there are less Bitcoin on the exchanges. They are being moved out each and every time to show that whales have been accumulating, and they have been over the last month or two, guys. So look, I know it's a lot to take in. But I thought it was relevant to do this because, again, there's a lot of fear in the market, and it could be fine. That's absolutely fine that there's fear in the market, because, again, I could be absolutely wrong. It's not financial advice. We could be sitting here 2 months later and I could be looking like an absolute idiot. God knows. So, take what I say with a pinch of salt. But personally, I am bullish on the market. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm sure there's going to be so many different opinions out there, but let me know what you guys think. And if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below. Going to be getting a few updates for you guys out today. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to make sure you are getting notified every time I upload those videos. And guys, I will see you very, very soon. Take it easy.